Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Eador, Master of the Broken World. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of some dialogue, and we'll go from there. Okay, just taking a look at that. Alright, let's talk to the Zamp. Listen, Zar, did I have any enemies, friends, or assistants before I lost my memory? Frankly speaking, I don't know much about this boss, and you never were too eager to share your personal life with me, although I do remember one of your old enemies very well. Yes? Who is he? Gores. He's also known as Big Goo. He owns a whole empire of casinos and other gambling establishments. In good old times, he ripped off his treasury by winning a fortune in roulette. Since then, he's banned you from all his gambling houses and even persuaded the government to issue an act prohibiting trans tourism for you. Wait, what government? The Gremlin government, of course. Gremlin society isn't some wild monarchy or worse, an empire. Our form of government is a trade democracy, so now you can imagine how many officials Big Goo had to bribe to get his way. Looks like he's not very fond of you, boss. What is trans-tourism? It's when a non-gremlin goes into the gremlin world. Naturally, one needs our help to do so, so selling tickets into the gremlin world is a profitable business. One of the main pillars of our state budget, you can say. What is trade democracy? It's when the power belongs to many gremlins at once, to those who can afford to buy a seat in the parliament. All decisions are made by voting. A trade democracy is much more honest than ordinary democracy. In ordinary democracy, the government is constantly cheating its people trying to get their votes. Heaps of money are spent on bribes and black PR. When a seat in the parliament can officially be bought, it leaves much less room for embezzlers. The bidding process is open, and all the money gained goes into the budget. Naturally, later all this money returns to the parliamentarians' pockets. But the overall level of cheating is much lower, and there's no need to waste time or funds on election nonsense. I see. Thank you, Czar. I got one more question. What do you know about Vianta? She is the Fairy Queen. Enough said. Really, it doesn't ring a bell. Alright, boss, let me spell it out to you. First of all, let me remind you who fairies are. Fairies are a primitive folk that inhabit the forest of Eador. Most of their time is spent drinking and feasting. Constant drinking has caused their brains, tiny as they are, to degrade almost completely. Had it not been for their inherent magic powers, I'm pretty sure the fairies would have gone extinct long ago. Now just think about who a queen is. She is a noble lady, pampered and spoiled since childhood, throwing countless balls and banquets for lack of better ways to kill time. Sometimes queens organize an execution for a change, but a banquet afterwards is a must, to celebrate justice prevailing over another villain. Now put together definitions of fairy and queen, and you'll get the idea who Vianta is. A spoiled, prissy alcoholic in a nutshell. I didn't notice any of that while I was talking to her. Oh sure, gaining the power of Astral Masters meant she lost her mortal body, and consequently the ability to get drunk. So now Vianta has been forced into prohibition, which I think has made her terrible character even worse. So why do you dislike Vianta so much? As I have already told you, I have no great love for fairies, and when fairies try to tell me what to do, my dislike quickly turns into irritation. Take a wild guess who did Vianta torment with her mortal preaching while waiting for her audience with you. I had to give a big piece of my mind just to get her to leave me alone. Thank you so much for ruining my diplomatic relations with Vianta. Oh, come on, boss. Don't tell me you'd like to form an alliance with her. As for me, I'd rather perish in the flames of chaos than be doomed to listen to that Dolly's moral preaching all the time. You really do hate fairies, don't you? Gremlins dislike fairies, and the feeling's mutual, so we'd better change the subject, boss, before I've exceeded my daily quota of nasty things to say to you. Where did you pick up such a strong aversion to fairies? Just did. I don't want to talk about this anymore. You're supposed to help me, you know. Satisfying idle curiosity is not the definition of help. You stubborn creature. Anything else, boss? No. Alright. Well, since our Czar hates Vianta, obviously Vianta is a good person. Anyway, greetings, Leaf. What brought you here? I'm amazed she's indifferent to me, because she's obviously like a kind of a chaotic good type character, while I'm pretty much evil. Anyway, I have a question for you, Vianta. So, what would you like to ask me? Tell me about yourself, Vianta. I'm the firstborn queen of fairies. For ages I have been ruling my people and protecting them. I do not approve of war, but alas, lately I've had to fight too often in order to protect those who are unable to stand for themselves. Creation is what I love best. green forests, babbling springs, peaceful lakes. I have always longed to make this world more and more beautiful. Thank you for your story, Vianta. Yes, I have still questions. You've been ruling fairies since ancient times, so you must have seen the Cataclysm. Those were dark times indeed, and it breaks my heart to remember them. Tell me how it happened. Cataclysm shattered the one Eador into a multitude of shards. The sun went out, and the whole world was shrouded in darkness. Many of us thought that we were seeing the end of time. But the sun began to shine again, and with it, our hope. My people were scattered across many separate shards, and I have long been accumulating power and knowledge, and this eventually allowed me to begin creating my world, reuniting my subjects into one wonderful forest kingdom. How did the Cataclysm happen? I don't know for certain, but it is most likely provoked by chaos spawns. After the terrible catastrophe, many shards collapsed into chaos, causing many innocent souls to perish, for which I mourn to this day. Thank you for the story. Yes, more questions. What do you think of Oinor? Oinor is wise, but not wise enough to understand that one should act from the heart, not from the mind. Still, I hope life will teach him true knowledge, even if only at the price of great loss. Not long ago, Oinor was very powerful, lord of an enormous world. He held his place among Eador's greatest masters. Then suddenly he fell, abruptly. I don't know what happened, and Oinor is reluctant to talk about it, but I do know the reason. He relies on the laws of karma too much, acting out of fear of punishment, not for noble reasons. Okay, got questions. Tell me about Belith. The Dark Necromancer taints the Astral with his presence. His insatiable lust for power has ruined many innocent souls, and an even greater number of mortals are yet to die, paving Belith's road to power with their lives. It may be a despicable desire, but I wish Belith would sink into chaos, and the sooner the better. His fate would be well-deserved. Okay, Tagore. A bloodthirsty barbarian capable of nothing but destruction and slaughter. I became one of the Astral Masters so I could protect mortals from tyrants like him. I can only imagine how unhappy the mortals whose cruel fate doomed them to live in Tagore's world must be. Okay. Got some more questions. Why does Zard dislike you so much? Ah, that Gremlin? He's your servant, isn't he? It amazes me how you can tolerate such an impudent, cynical creature by your side. All gremlins are malicious, cunning, and greedy. Your Zack, or whatever his name is no exception. Besides, he is rude and ill-mannered. True, that is the way he is, but I've gotten used to him. Is there any other way I can help you leave? Yes, I still have questions. Nothing. I could probably continue the conversation, but I didn't want to piss her off, really. I don't really have much issue with Vianta. Tagore! Good old buddy. What can you tell me about Vianta? Tiny bug! Such wisdom. Hey, Bella. You still don't want to talk to me. Belith will change his tune soon, and Oinor dislikes me. I got some questions for you. What do you know about Vianta? Vianta is one of the few immortals who can be trusted. She's kind, and she always acts by her heart. However, it would be unwise to rely on her fully. Vianta often acts in a haphazard way, on the spur of the moment, which is unacceptable for a master endowed with great power. Besides, Vianta puts the welfare of her subjects, the fairies, above all else. The fates of other mortals are less important to her. Okay, so there you go. We've learned everything we need to know. We have 4 masters now, and you can probably guess there's going to be more coming. Anyway, we got some more territories to mess with. Looks like we have a small desert, world of sand, small sea, which we haven't seen those in a while, a tiny hill, and an average deadland. So I believe this is our first average map, which you can pretty much gather how big an average map is. It's about the same size as the shard we were on. It also means we'll probably end up going up against 3 or 4 characters on a average map. I think 3. Anyway, let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Tanorne, world of sand, small desert. Town council increases gold income by 5%, allows building a deputy house in provinces. Deputy house increases gold income by 10%, which isn't that much, but it reduces corruption by 30%. So if you put those everywhere, you'll effectively reduce your corruption by 30%. But that's a lot of effort. Jousting Arena unlocks Horseman. We already know about this. Mercenaries Guild allows us to hire a party of mercenaries, which is kind of interesting. Attracts better mercenaries to the castle, allows hiring the Mercenary Guard, speeds up the arrival of new mercenaries, provides gold whenever units are disbanded while in your castle garrisons. So if you need to drop any units, you can do it in your castle and get some money back. But by the time you get, this is a rank 4 building, by the way, so by the time you have this, money is probably not a huge, ginormous issue. Getting good mercenaries, though, can always be good, because I believe you might have a chance to get like rank 4 mercenaries, which can be pretty awesome. Anyway, Winery improves the population mood in the capital by 1, increases the morale of stronghold garrisons by 2, and allows you to upgrade your mills to breweries, which will actually increase population mood. And we can just get gold here, apparently. Just one thing to quickly show off. We ended up getting... Yeah, we didn't really have much benefits towards us for that previous battle. We only had 44 additional gold, 11 reserve, and 1 additional gold income, and then a bunch of junk. So we don't actually have very good benefits right now, which is not a big deal because we don't really rely on them. Anyway, that was Tanorne. Let's go ahead and go take a look at Eador. This is a small C. Has access to a rank 4 carpenter, which gets you access to pretty much the best bows and available. Yeah, like the composite bow and so forth. Rank 4 plate maker, not too shabby. Gives you access to a few set items as well. Rank 4 enchanter, which just gives you access to pretty standard stuff. And we can actually start out with the benefits is you can start out with soldier's overshoes, which is just some, medium boots. And you can actually start out with a forge in your stronghold, which can be a kind of a strong start. At least saves you a turn. But that's about it. Alright, that was Tanorne, Eador, Assaturs. I'm pretty sure this is the same as it was always. Yep, it is the exact same. Guard contract, Gang of Thieves, Sandals, Church, Foresters Guild, and the Geologist Guild. So yeah, just like before. And the last place, Leorn. This is the World of Fear, which you guys already experienced before. World of Fear means you reduce, suffer population. Let's see, yeah, we suffer higher morale loss, and the population mood is overall lowered, but the unrest growth is also decreased. This place has a Journeyman Weaponsmith, which is rank 3 weapons. Nomad Camp, which is gives you access to nomad guards, which are pretty decent. They also are really good if you put them on areas with horses. And they have kind of some unique weapons you can get access to, like the Nomad Bow and some Nomad Arrows. Master Jeweler gives you rank 4 jewelry, which isn't too fantastic. And rank 4 Tailor, which gives you some... It gives you access to a few neat things, like the Ranger Cloak and so forth. And you can also get Mail Gauntlets as a benefit. So there you go. Those are the 4 places. Let's go ahead and just quickly go through in order. Tanorne, Small Desert. Where's the other place? I know you're around here. There you are. Eador, Small Sea. Wow, 9 Astral energy. Assaturs, Tiny Hill. And Leorn, which is Average Deadlands. Alright, so those are your 4 choices. As always, vote in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and take a long break because I've been recording this. I've recorded the previous shard and the defending of this shard all pretty much in the past few days, so I could use the break. Anyway, I'm Theater Press Tior, and this was Eador, Master of the Broken World. See you guys later.